I'm just outside the ex-players room now. I'm here with Peter Hyman. Here you are the last survivor of the Champions team back in 49-50.
That's correct.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, well, I was in the Royal Marines, stationed at Eastern Barracks, Royal Marine Barracks, and I was well known. Quite a few clubs were after me, and Portsmouth were one of them, and I ended up my last 12 weeks of my national service at Eastern Barracks, and I played for the reserves at Portsmouth. Bob Jackson was the manager then, and I played about 6 games in reserves, played well, and then Clark, the first team centre forward, was injured, and Bob Jackson had me in the office one Tuesday night after training, and he said, "You're in the first team, Pete, next Saturday." And I played against Birmingham City, and that was the year Portsmouth were the top team in England, which they were. They were a brilliant team, and I played against, and we won 3-1, and I made the third goal for, or 2 of the goals for Peter Harris, who was the right winger at Forest then, and I really enjoyed it. If I'd have lived near to Portsmouth when I finished my national service in the Marines, I would definitely have signed for Portsmouth. They treated me so well, and I love the club ever since. I've enjoyed this week where I've been back as guest of honour, and I'll be on the pitch this afternoon. And I'll give a big wave to the Portsmouth crowd. Last night at the club, I had the whole people there in stitches telling me about my ex-playing days. Which is a heck of a lot difference in the 40s and 50s, which it is now. And I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for your time, Peter.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Norman Piper, always good to see you. How's your year been?
Great, thank you very much. Yeah, just got back from America, so looking forward to the game.
How was America?
Very nice. Weather is perfect back there, but the weather's here right now is pretty good. Yeah.
Whereabouts in America did you stay?
Southern California, San Diego. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we done a player profile with you a while back, you mentioned that you played with Pele,
Yes.
probably one of the best players to grace the sport. What was that like?
That was terrific. It was 1977 and 1978. Played in New York at the Giant Stadium when there was an American football stadium then, and also back in Fort Lauderdale. That was something special.
And like you just said, you've played in America. What was that like?
It's come on quite a bit now. You know, we went over there to promote the game in America, and it's got so big now, and I think it's going to be probably one of the biggest sports in America in a few years.
And did you find it quite nervy out there, or did you settle in quite easily when you went out there to play?
Well, first 2 years it was hard to settle in. I was in Fort Lauderdale, and the humidity was so bad, you know, but it took me 3 weeks to get used to it. So it was a difficult time, yeah.
And was it a bit strange seeing a few ex-stars out there as well in your time?
Yeah, there was quite a few. I didn't realise so many players from England was over there. You know, different clubs, you know, Chicago, Seattle, Dallas, you name it, a lot of players there. Even, you know, the late Alan Ball played in Philadelphia, and a few others played all over the country, you know.
And that's all. Thank you for your time, Norman. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Chris Burns, obviously last year I spoke to you about the Cup semi-final, but what was it like coming out from a building site to then being a professional football player?
Yeah, it was like a dream come true for me, really. You know, I come down here on a week's trial from Charlton Town, and the manager pulled me in the office on a Wednesday and said, "Oh, I just thought he was going to say to me, have you enjoyed your time while you're down here?" And he suddenly said, I got a 2-year contract sitting here if you want it. And I was amazed.
Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Steve Davey, how's your year been?
Very good year, thank you. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just selling my business, so I'm going to retire fully now.
And have you been able to catch up with many Pompey games this season?
Only the one at Plymouth, of course. But not many, but this is the second one this year, so Yeah.
Well, my next question would be, what's been your favourite? But I'm guessing Plymouth.
Well, it's difficult because we had a great time here, and of course it's my hometown club, so I'm a bit divided, really. So I mean, really, I think Pompey is safe. So I think I'm looking for Plymouth because we need the points. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, isn't it? So. Yeah.
And who's been the player that stood out to you most for Pompey this season that you've seen?
I haven't seen. Well, I'm trying to think of the guy. There's a guy up front who scores a lot of goals. Can't think of his name.
Bobby Bishop.
Yeah.
He's good, isn't he?
And not only that, he puts himself about a bit as well, doesn't he? So he's very physical. Yeah.
Obviously, going back to 1980 promotion, the famous Pompey blip. It was quite touch and go before Northampton. But what was that like? Well,
it was. I mean, we all sat and because we only got up on goal difference. So I mean, I managed to score there, and then we won. We beat them, which is important. And then the results came in. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. It was great. It's great for the football club because we shouldn't be. This football club should not be in those positions in the leagues that they were then. We shouldn't be there. So it was great for they got promotion, no doubt about that.
You said you played against Pele. What was that like? Because he was the best player to ever grace the sport.
Fantastic. They were Santos were on a European tour, and they played at 2 or 3 other different clubs in the country. And they come down to Plymouth, and we played them. Well, there was over 40,000 people in the stadium, and they were climbing over the walls. They were doing all sorts. But the downside of it was that because the Santos saw that we had so many supporters, they insisted they had more money. So the chairman had to go in and get some money out of the bank and pay them extra money so they wouldn't come out and play us. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. And you. Colin, Sullivan, always good to see you here at these events. How are you keeping?
I'm not too bad, thanks. Yeah, reasonably fit.
And I noticed that you were at Home Park for the Plymouth versus Pompey game earlier on in the season. Pompey were unlucky that night, weren't they?
Oh, they should have won the game, shouldn't they? Yeah, outplayed Plymouth. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, have you been to any other Pompey games other than at Home Park?
No, this will be the first one at Fratton this year. Yeah.
Not watched any on TV?
No.
Thank you
very much.
That's all right.
Cheers, mate.
Ray Crawford, good to see you here again. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, great to be here today. See all the ex-players here, and let's hope Pompey can get a good win.
I hope so too. And have you been able to catch up with many Pompey games this season?
No, I haven't actually. I see the highlights on television, and seeing whenever they're playing a live game, I watch that as well. But this is the first time I've been to Fratton Park this season.
Well, from watching on TV, because you see a lot more when you're watching it on TV, which players have stood out for you this season for Pompey?
For me, I'm a team man, so I think it's a whole lot. All the players, you need to be together, and the next few weeks it's going to be a hard time for Pompey because we need to get points on the board and we need to stop up.
And if you were 21 again, how would you see yourself in the Championship?
Well, actually, I'd like to play. I'd love to play. I love to play all games. I mean, I played until I was 50, non-league football as well. So you can't, once it's in your system, you want to play every week. And Saturday afternoon is football day.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ray.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
And you. Gavin Maguire, I asked you last time when you were here what your favourite game was. But today, what was your toughest game you played for Pompey?
Would have been my first game, obviously, my debut. Any time you're trying to go out and impress fans, great fans like these, that's always going to be your toughest game. I can't remember it, to be honest. I don't know if I survived it or whatever. But yeah, that's always the one you're nervous about, yeah.
And would you say Fratton Park was louder back then, or is it louder now?
I think louder now. It was always a loud place to play, but I just think now it's gone to a different level now, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Gavin. Thank you. Vince Hilaire, you're a massive fan favourite here back in the 80s. Played over 170 games, 27 goals. Have you got a favourite game and goal?
Yeah, very easy to pick that. My first one, really. I scored on my debut for Pompey, and things went well from it. From that day onwards. So yeah, that was probably the game I remember the best. Blackburn Rovers, I believe.
Thank you.
No problems at all.
Thank you.
No problem.
Ernie Howe, you played 41 games for Pompey. Have you got a favourite memory at the club?
I suppose my first game was always memorable because I scored on my debut, so that was nice, along with Webby and Alan Biley. Yeah, lots of good things. It was going quite well, and obviously, unfortunately for me, I got injured in the February, and that was the end of it for me, sort of thing, really. But yeah, it was good. I always liked playing here, sort of thing. The crowd were always welcoming and sort of very good, so that was good, yeah.
And you played alongside George Best in your career. How good was he?
I don't think he was as good as at his peak when he come to Fulham, but yeah, he was quite frightening at times when you played against him in the gym or something like that. But yeah, it was a nice experience. I also played alongside Bobby Moore, so that was the greater experience really for me, being a defender, So.
And George Best, how would you see him in today's game?
Yeah, I think when you look back at some of the things he could do on the pitches they played in, and like he used to get quite a bit of treatment, didn't he, from defenders and that. I'm sure he would have excelled like today, because the pitches are so much better, aren't they? And you can't tackle now, can they? Really, a lot of them. he would have been in his element, I think. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right, off camera, you're trying to tell a story, but we thought it'd be a better idea if you just tell us on camera. So, what's the story?
Okay, the modern day players before games, you see them now. The teams, they get in huddles and the last minute pep talk where usually the captain gives. Well, Kevin Dillon, who's here standing next to us now, his last minute pep talk to me before we left the dressing room was, "Don't forget, Vince, if they touch you, go down the box. You get me lots and lots of penalties." So that was it. But I never dived. So take no notice of Kevin Dillon. He lied.
Thanks for your brilliant story. Richie Reynolds, good to see you. How's your year been?
Up and down, a few health problems, but I'm still alive.
That's the main thing. That's the good part. Anyway, have you been watching any Pompey games this year, either here at Fratton Park or on the telly?
Quite a few on the telly. I've been here a couple of times. It's difficult to get here, but yeah, it's been a hard year, isn't it? But they badly need to win today to stay up.
We do. What's been your favourite game to watch this season then?
My favourite game to watch? The Arsenal game against PSG or PSG.
Oh, Pompey.
you asked. Favourite Pompey game? I enjoyed the Plymouth game, being from there, but unfortunately they lost.
Can't say that one.
What was the last game I watched? Leeds, yeah, that was a good game. Yeah, it's very good. And the other one was the Coventry win. Yeah,
that was a good game as well.
Excellent, yeah.
And who's been a standout player for Pompey this season that you've seen?
That's a difficult one. I think Murphy.
Josh Murphy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Neil Webb played 130 games for Pompey, 38 goals. Have you got a favourite game and goal?
Favourite game and goal? Not really, no. I think one of the best goals I scored was when we got beat 3-1 at home against Aldershot, who were in the league below us in the FA Cup. And I scored a good goal that day. Apart from that, every goal was a good goal so far as I'm concerned.
You played under Bobby Campbell and Alan Ball. What were they like as managers?
Well, very good. I mean, Bobby brought me here from Reading in the first place. I met him. Very persuasive character, very good. I enjoyed playing with him. I was disappointed when he got the sack in our second season. I didn't think we did too bad in our first season up into the old second division from the third, considering, but he got the sack. Alan took over, and Alan was completely laid back. He called him Bally. He didn't call him manager or gaffer or anything. And we had a good season that year, and unfortunately we missed out on promotion to the top division by either goal difference or a couple of points or something from Man City, and that was disappointing, and unfortunately I left after that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Hi Terry, good to see you again. How's it going?
Fine, everything's lovely jubbly.
I went to Millwall last week against Portsmouth. Wasn't a very good performance by Portsmouth. So today I'm hoping we need to get 3 points, plus we get into that danger area.
I hope so too. But other than obviously Millwall game last weekend, have you been able to catch up with any other Pompey games?
No, always if they're on the telly, I will watch them. So it's only very sporadic. It's a long way for me to travel down from where I live in Essex. But I'm always there. I'm always looking and seeing how they're doing. And we had a good run. Then all of a sudden that seemed to stop. And then you don't realise it. You turn around and the teams underneath you start to pick up a few points. We are not playing unbelievably bad. We're just not getting the breaks. Simple as that. And today you've got to hope that the breaks come to us. Yes. And you've been watching them on the TV, like you said. Who's been your standout player to watch on the telly for Pompey this season? Well, I do like the boy up front, Bishop. Yeah, I think he's. I feel sorry for him because he runs his heart out, and he doesn't seem to have any support. At the moment we're a little bit lacking in getting down the flanks, right side, left side, but he's on his own, and I think sometimes he must get very frustrated by being on his own. Well, you say that, but Coventry on Wednesday played two strikers, Colby Bishop and Thomas Waddingham, and I thought it worked quite well, didn't you? I didn't see the Coventry game, but everybody's told me the same thingy, that they played exceptionally better than they did at Millwall. Whether they got a kick up the backside, I don't know, but they played a lot better, and they realised that they've got to put a few more boys up front. Today we've got to score. We have to score today. I think we will. Hopefully. What's your score prediction for today? 2-1 Pompey. Do you think Bishop's going to score? He always does. Thank you very much for your time, Terry. Thank you. Thank you. David Munks, good to see you again. How you been?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, nice to see you as well.
Thank you. But you played, I think, 150 games for Pompey. I'm sure the Arsenal Cup game sticks in your mind. But
yeah, it certainly does. I mean, rather unlucky not to get something down here, I think. But many games, I mean, on the downside, I can remember playing Sheffield United, who I come from. Yeah. The first two games, one here and one up there, and we got beat 5-1 in both games. But funnily enough, we drew them in the FA Cup down here, and we beat them 2-0. So that's football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's football.
Yeah.
But what was your toughest game in a Pompey shirt?
Toughest game? Difficult one. I think probably when you go to Millwall, they're not well on the park, but certainly the supporters there can be quite feisty, evil at times, I think, but I think no games are easy, and I sort of, it's a challenge, when you go to these places. I mean, playing down here obviously is a great benefit because you've got, we had then, 25,000-30,000 on, because it wasn't all seater then, so it was just a great part of my career down here, 5 years I think I was here. Really good, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, David. And you. Dave Waterman, you played around 80 games for Pompey. Have you got a favourite?
There's a couple actually. I played against Chelsea when they had Biley, Ruud Gullit was playing, Mark Hughes. So that was, I was only a youngster now. I think I was 18 years old coming into the game. So it was an eye-opener. But the one game for me was we played, we had a stay up in the league. I'm trying to think, was that Burley? And it was, it was like if we lost, we were going to go down. At the time, I wasn't in the team. Adi Whitbread was the captain, and on the Thursday, unfortunately for him, he was injured, and he was unable to play, and then I got it was Alan Ball pulled me, and he was like, "Yep, you know, you're in, you're going to play. This is what's happening." And you know, obviously I felt for Whip, but it was a great opportunity for me. We went on to win the game, and it was you know, like we stayed up by the skin of our teeth. So, and again, I was only a youngster, so for me it was like, you know, a really good experience.
And who was the best teammate you had alongside you in your career?
Oh, that's a tough one. Do you know, it's a great question. That's a tough one. Everyone I play, it's like playing at Portsmouth. It's you know, the fans are there. There ain't any better fans anywhere in the world. You know, we have got the best fans, and I do believe that we are. I don't know. The players sort of seem to gel. I think they feed off the city. They feed off the fans, and all our players gel. But I've got probably Lee Bradbury. Lee Bradbury come in from the army, and just straight away, me and Brad has really clicked. Quite similar players, as in, you know, we were quite sort of, we wanted to win, and we used to train. Although we were really, really close, we used to kick lumps out of each other. And Brad was an ex-army, ex-boxer. You know, he was one tough lad as well. But you know, me and him used to have some great training sessions. But we'd always shake hands afterwards. And yes, I'd say brothers.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Alan Biley, always great to see you here. How's it been?
Firstly, sorry to keep you waiting. You've been chasing me for about an hour. Yeah, great to be here. Feeling good. Looking forward to the game. Bit apprehensive, but we'll see what happens.
Have you been watching much of Pompey's Championship football so far this season?
Not watching, but listening, talking to friends that are watching the game, and looking on X and stuff, and keeping in touch. And it's been a seesaw, hasn't it? Real seesaw.
From that, have you got anyone that you think has stood out for you from like listening or people telling you stuff?
Yeah, Josh Murphy. You know, I think he's been tremendous. He's just built and built and built as the season's gone. But I think it's been very disjointed, because we've either been very unlucky, or we've got to try and understand what's happened with all our injuries. They just seem to be coming and coming and coming, and there's never a fixed team that the manager can work with. So that's very difficult. But Josh Murphy stood out. I do feel for Bish up front. I think he's been given the job of looking after a back three or back four, and he's doing a damn good job, but it's so hard, and at times with the two wide men, we sometimes are not getting in and beyond him and helping him. So hats off to Bish, and I hope he gets one today.
And if you was in a movie, would you rather be the hero or the villain? Who would you be and why?
Oh, that's a good one. A hero or the villain? I think I'd like to be the hero.
Who would you be? What hero would you be?
I don't care, as long as he's handsome. Good-looking fella.
Why is that?
Who gets all the ladies and enjoys himself and has a good time. Yeah, let's be a hero.
When you're on holiday, baseball cap or a bucket hat?
Oh, baseball cap. With Pompey written all over it.
Sure, not one of these Pompey in it ones?
Oh, all that. Yeah, that'll do. Pompey in it. That'll do. Yeah.
Thank you, Alan.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good luck today.
I'm here with Jimmy Dickinson's son Andrew. Can you tell us the story? History Society thing about unpicking the badges on the shirt, was it?
Yeah, that's right. So back in the 1950s, no one thought England football shirts would be ever worth anything. My father was a keen cricketer, and as the England colours were white, as they are still today, my mother thought it was a good idea to save a bit of money and unpick the badges off his football shirts so he could play cricket. Wonderful.
Thank you.
You can have a good result today.
And that put me off now. What was it? Yeah. Should we start again? 127 games, I believe, and scored 27 goals, I think. Pretty sure that was what it was, wasn't it? 170 and 27 goals.
I was going to say, I thought I played more than that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you say that, playing well, probably will be about 5. But there you go.
Right, we'll go again.
Yeah.
From the start. Vince Hilaire, you're a massive... why is my phone ringing? Third time's a charm. Vince Hilaire... Oh. I've forgotten your name for some reason. Gavin Maguire. I don't know what, I just blanked out then. You played under both Bobby Campbell and... Huh? Yeah. You played under Bobby Campbell. Can't swear, okay? I mean, you can. If you want to, you can, but we'll bleep it out. We'll bleep it out. But try not to. Dave or David?
Either or, mate. Whatever you
want.
Cool. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Dave, because that's what we got written down.
Yeah, that's better.
I've got to look at my phone now because, yeah, the 1980 bit is a bit long.
Save the best to last.
Yeah. Okay, right.